What is going on, guys and girls? It's GhostRobo, and I am here with a very magical box filled with the Surface Pro. Microsoft Surface Pro has just released this very morning, and it was pretty much sold out everywhere. My Best Buy only got 2 of them, and they were pre-ordered. I had to run over to Staples and get the last one they had there. Now, for a company that's trying to launch a competitor to the iPad, I don't understand why they don't have any stock of their main big Palooza tablet on the launch day. Why are there only 2 in Best Buy? Why are there none of the 128 gigabytes? What's going on? Anyways, this thing comes in a 64 gigabyte and 128 gigabyte variety, and the box makes it look like you're buying some CD-ROM set to resurface your wood tables, but I promise that's not what's inside. It's just a very strange design box. We're going to go ahead and open this thing up. I also got one of the smart, or the type covers actually, which I will show you in a little bit as we pull this off. Black type font turns to blue, and we have more little peely tape things. But again, I was just so shocked that there wasn't stock of this. You know, the RT version, which is basically, you know, the half version of this, released a couple months ago, and that is in stock, but they don't have in stock this bad boy, which is the main offering that basically functions as a mix between a tablet and a PC. So of course, inside you get your power brick. Woo, so exciting. And inside you get your power cord. Woo, so exciting. But the main thing that everyone wants to know and see is this guy right here, which is the Surface tablet. It also comes with, exclusive to the Pro version, I believe, is this pressure-sensitive pen. This is developed by Wacom, can be used for writing, sketching, drawing, and a lot of people, I've heard talks of using the Surface as sort of a one of the Wacom Syntec, however you pronounce that, tablets for drawing, because it does come with the pen and the Surface is so good, and so high def also comes with some manuals. But we're going to put this box away for right now and take a look at the actual device itself. Now, it comes preloaded with Windows 8, but the Pro version strangely do not come with Microsoft Office. The RT versions do. I'm not really sure. I guess they figure if you're going to be spending this much on the Pro tablet, that then you will have the money for Office. This is the 64 gigabyte version. Of course, there's camera on the front and on the back. And it's much heavier than the iPad. It is much heavier, but it still retains basically the same form factor as the RT. I can hold it in one hand just fine, no worries. It is a very wide tablet, though. This thing is wide, and especially after using my iPad mini, which I've been using since Christmas, I traded my old iPad for an iPad mini just because of form factor. If you look at this thing, what's nice about it is that you can hold and type with both thumbs very easily. Now, obviously, the Surface is much more of a PC-type tablet, but there's no way I'm going to be typing with my thumbs on this. As we boot the thing up, I will say that the 128 gigabyte version is only $100 more than the 64, and that's probably the one I'd recommend, just because with this 64 gigabyte system, there's only about 23 to 26 gigs of free memory, which is going to go very fast depending on what you want to install and what you plan on using it for. The 128, I believe, has closer to like 89 gigabytes of free storage, which is a heck of a lot better and makes you breathe easier. Now, you can plug in SD cards or micro SD cards, I believe, to increase storage, you know, up to 64 gigs, which would be nice. But it kind of makes sense that you're buying this tablet, you're going to probably want to put things on it. Otherwise, it's just a device for no reason. So, again, it's going to basically go through the same setup as the RT, but I will show it to you. I'm trying to, this glare is pretty bad here, so let's see, can we... There's our personalization screen. It's a very high-def display. You're getting a lot of reflection off of my computer, but pick a color and give it any name you want. So we're going to look for a color, and as you see here, it's very good touchscreen, obviously multi-touch and all that stuff. Feels very nice and nifty. I'll make it light blue, just because that's the color of GhostRobo, or we can go black with light blue with light blue, dark blue, green, pink. It's a very, very, very nice screen, and that's one thing that I really liked about it, as well as the ability to install any kind of app and any kind of application you want. You don't have to just download things from an app store. This isn't an iPad. This is much more of a tablet PC than anything else. And its connection with Xbox, with all that stuff, is what had me very interested. I'm really excited to try out like Skulls the Shogun, which is a cross-platform game for. You'll see I'm about to type my password here, but it brings up a keyboard screen that you can use on here, and it's obviously touch, and it's just a bigger. There's more range to type on than there is in the what you call it, iPad. So we're just gonna use Express settings, and I'll get this going. Right now, though, I want to show you the other portion that I bought today, which is the Surface type cover. There's a touch cover and a type cover. Now, the touch cover is the more common one. It comes in multiple different colors. It's $10 cheaper, and it has a touch-like sensitive typing keyboard pad. Now, it's obviously more like feedback than an iPad or than the screen straight up, but it's not more feedback, and it's nowhere close to a normal keyboard. This, on the other hand, is called the Type Cover, and it's only $10 more, and it gives you it gives you the cover like you want for your Surface, and it also functions much more as a keyboard. So these have actual plasticky, pressure-y like feedback, so you can type much quicker. I kind of wanted the other one just to be colorful and fun, but for $10 more, the fact that I have now an actual keyboard for my tablet that I do not have, and this is what will, I think, differentiate it. One of the key differentiators from the iPad is that you can be a lot more productive on this thing with a full-blown keyboard. And this is very light, yet very sturdy. You're going to snap this on, as we see in a second here, if I can put this bad boy here. Goodness, the Surface, when it's vertical like this, it looks like it's gigantic. It's huge. Excuse all the boxes in the background I just moved in. It feels huge, and of course it rotates and does all that, but it just, especially like I said, in comparison to that iPad mini, it feels so big. So this thing's going to lock on pretty easily, and now we're looking a lot more like a tablet PC than anything else, like an Ultrabook or something like that, because it folds up very nicely. It has a very, very strange new smell I can't even place. It smells like chemicals. But, it obviously shuts off the screen. You can turn it back on. Hello? Is there a power button here? Do I have to hit the top thing? Maybe I have to hit the top thing. Or it's probably, one of these buttons probably ends up being power. Anyways, so then you can type with this, and of course that's going to make things so much easier. I'm trying to make sure that you guys are seeing all this. It basically looks like a mini laptop. This is smaller than a MacBook Air, smaller than anything like that. Definitely lighter and a much thinner form factor overall. You can see that we're sitting pretty thin. I mean, it's nowhere near as thin as an iPad mini in any stretch of the imagination. If we try and line these up for you guys on camera, it's about 2.5 times as thick as an iPad. But again, there's a lot more power in this thing than in an iPad. So it comes fully installed with Windows 8. That's basically the device. Now, an interesting little feature that it has is it can pop out sort of this like Batmobile back wing here, so it can stand up. So we're not just completely like, oh God, hold it up and balance it on your lap. It will balance itself nicely, and I'll show it to you here in a second as I do this. Okay, so we're now looking at the Surface as it's set up. You can see the keyboard right here, and there is a little mouse pad that can be used as just like a laptop, and it does have click on both sides. It's kind of going through a little bit of the setup in terms of, okay, swipe, do this, blah, 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 do all the things and bring up the pads. And you'll get to see Windows 8 here in a second. Like I mentioned, one of the things I'm most excited for is how it will end up working with the Xbox 360, as well as the next Xbox, whether it's called Xbox or 720 or whatever they end up naming it. There should definitely be some integration. And you can see it basically functions like a laptop. It looks much more like a laptop, yet still small enough to put in a messenger bag or something like that. It'll be really interesting. My main thing is, how does this compare to my MacBook Pro Retina? Do I get different usage out of it? Where does this device fit in between tablets, in between things like that? And of course, as a great different control, like touch control, just like you expect. You can zoom, you can do everything that you can with an iPad, basically the same in terms of functionality. And then, of course, they have all sorts of Windows 8 things that you come to expect. We can go in here, and Skulls the Shogun is a game that I really, really am enjoying on Xbox Live, and it's one that you can get also for Windows 8, and so it will be able to play here on the Surface. Now, any app that is available for Windows 8 is also available for the Surface, whether they're games or full-on apps or full-on programs. So we can definitely get this going here, and it will look pretty good. Now, if you guys want to see more of the Surface, more of the actual functionality of the device itself, how it works, and games and different things like that, let me know in the comments below. Leave a like and favorite if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more. This is the Surface Pro. It just came out today. One of the first in the wild. Like I said, they didn't really ship many to stores, which I don't understand if you're trying to compete with the iPad. But so far, it seems pretty darn cool. I'm excited to mess around and check it out. Again, thank you so much for watching. Fantastic day. Drink so much. Until next time, guys and girls, we'll see you all